Welcome. Today, we're unlocking the secrets of a book that has arguably created more millionaires than any other, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. But this isn't just a book, it's a whole philosophy of success, built on 2 decades of studying the world's greatest minds. So, what's the one, single key idea at its heart?
This sentence right here, it's the engine for the entire book. Hill's radical thesis is that your reality isn't determined by your circumstances, but by the thoughts you choose to cultivate. The starting point for all riches isn't in your bank account, it's in your mind.
And this brings us to the first major principle. Wealth begins with a single thought. Hill's research found that success isn't an accident, it's a conscious creation. And that creative process doesn't start with funding or a business plan. It begins with a thought held so clearly and so powerfully that it starts to shape reality around it.
Now this turns conventional wisdom completely on its head. The point isn't to wait for the right opportunity or to blame external factors. The focus shifts entirely inward. The real power lies in mastering your mental state, because your beliefs directly fuel the actions that build your life.
But how does a thought actually become a tangible reality? How do you transform a mental blueprint into a successful business or financial freedom? Well, Hill doesn't just offer philosophy, he provides a specific process for this conversion.
The path from thought to reality has 3 critical stages. It starts with a clear thought, which then evolves into a precise, burning desire. A vague wish for more money has no power. You have to know exactly what you want. Then, that desire must be supercharged with unwavering faith. It's the conviction that you will achieve your goal, even when there's no outside evidence. This faith acts as the catalyst for the entire process.
But where does that unwavering faith come from, especially when you're starting from scratch? Hill's tool for this is auto-suggestion. You can think of it like consciously programming your own subconscious mind. By repeating what you want to achieve with emotion and conviction, you override doubt and prime your mind for success, making the right actions almost automatic.
These foundational concepts, desire and faith, are just the beginning. They're part of a complete system that Hill developed, the 13 Steps to Riches. This is the operational blueprint, the core methodology of the entire book. Let's look at the complete framework. We've gone over desire, faith, and autosuggestion. But notice the other building blocks. Specialized knowledge, because general knowledge isn't enough. Organized planning, which turns your desire into concrete steps. And the famous mastermind, the principle of leveraging the combined brain power of a supportive group. Each of these 13 steps is a tool, but Hill insisted that without one key ingredient, all the others are useless.
And that ingredient is persistence. Hill was adamant that this is the dividing line between success and failure. It's the ability to keep going when everyone else would have quit. He observed that failure often comes disguised as temporary defeat, and most people stop just a few feet from the gold.
This philosophy is powerful, but theory is nothing without action. So how can you apply these principles in your everyday life, starting right now? Let's put together a direct plan of action.
Here's a simple 4-step action plan. First, desire. Get crystal clear on your goal. Not I want to be rich, but I will have X amount of money by Y date. Second, faith. Program your mind daily through autosuggestion. Third, form your mastermind. Surround yourself with ambitious people who hold you accountable. And finally, action. None of this matters without execution. You have to transform these mental assets into continuous, focused action. And as you take action, remember this. Hill taught that obstacles are not stop signs. They are actually indicators of progress. They often show up right before you're about to succeed, as a final test of your persistence. So when things get tough, it might just mean you're almost there.
Ultimately, though, the biggest obstacles aren't out there in the world. The most important battle for success is the one that's fought and won internally.
This internal battle is fought between 2 opposing forces. Your allies are faith, decision, and persistence. Your enemies are fear, doubt, and indecision. Every moment presents a choice. Which side are you going to feed? Hill's entire philosophy is a strategic plan to arm your allies and conquer your inner enemies.
This is the heart of the conflict. If you can master the fear of failure, the fear of criticism, and that inner voice of doubt, you've already won the most critical part of the war for success.
So, as we wrap up this analysis, The question isn't just about what Napoleon Hill wrote almost a century ago. The real question is the one on the screen. Based on your thoughts, your beliefs, and your persistence, what reality are you actively creating for yourself right now?